So I have this vacuum pump. So when you go onto your car, you'll see a bleed nipple, which is right here. Just make sure that there's no dirt surrounding the cap before you remove it. Lost a lot of pressure. We have brake fluid there and the container is full. This is clear brake fluid that is coming out, so this means that this wheel is now done. So we're at the rear left tire right now, which is the one where we replace the caliper. As you can see, this caliper is brand new. Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. As you know that we recently replaced these rear calipers right here, and guess what? Yep, you guessed it correctly. We now have air on the system, so we need to bleed the brakes. So this is the one which was actually stuck. So bleeding the brakes is not a very difficult thing. So what we need to do is to start with bleeding the front brakes, because in VW sequence you need to start bleeding the front left, front right, rear left and rear right. So we're going to start with the front left, and the liquid that we're going to be using for our brake fluid is going to be this liquid moly hydraulic brake and clutch fluid. This is .4, so VW recommends .4 for your brake bleeding. So I have two of them, which are going to be 1 liter. I think these are going to be enough to bleed the brakes on this car. So what you need to be using to make sure that you don't introduce air into the system is a tool. I don't know which tool you can be using, but I'll be using this tool. As you can see, it's my first time using this tool. It's also brand new. So I have this vacuum pump. This is going to be used to pump the air out of the system, so I'll be using this. This will be collecting the brake fluid, and this will be the cover of the top. So this is how it's going to be, and I don't really know how to connect this, but let me see how it goes. So this says to pump, that means this goes to the brake. So also I have this as well. I'm not sure how this goes, but yeah, let me try to assemble this and see. I think this seal right here goes in here to close off any air. I think it sits over here. So now it is seated, as you can see right there. Then we're going to take this and close off. Okay, so now this is locked up. So now what we need to do is to take the hoses. So I think this hose is going to go onto the tank, because I'll need to hold the tank at a distance. Okay, so this is bottomed out. Now we need to take the other hose which goes onto the pump. This is also fully in. Now we need to take the pump and fit the hose which says to pump. So this hose which says to pump is the one that needs to be on this side and goes onto the pump. So we have now bottomed out, as you can see. This is now bottomed out. So this piece is going to go onto the nipple. I'm not sure if it will need to go to the nipple or onto one of these. So let me see whether this is the best to use or not. So when you go onto your car, you'll see a bleed nipple, which is right here on VW Jetta 5 or Golf 5. So on these cars, you'll need to use an 11mm spanner to open it. So right now I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to leave it like that because I haven't filled the vacuum. So what you need to do is just to pop this cover off, just like that. So let me see if this is the best. Nah, this is not the best. As you can see, it just fits in here like it's wobbly. So we'll try another fitting. So another fitting as well does not fit well. So I'm thinking maybe the pipe. Yeah, the pipe is going to be a tight fit. The pipe is really going to be a tight fit. So just put it in there. The pipe is seated. So what we'll need to do right now is to hold vacuum. So let me just confirm how many bars of vacuum we need to hold before we can start the job. Now what you need to do is just to open up the brake fluid cap. Just make sure that there's no dirt surrounding the cap before you remove it. I think I need to remove the plug. Okay, so I got my pick. Okay, so now this is off. So you need to make sure that no dirt goes inside there. So when you bleed the brake system, just make sure that it never goes low, because if it does go low, that means you are losing enough brake fluid and you're not going to be able to not have air in the system. Just make sure that you don't spill this brake fluid onto some other areas, because if you do spill it, you're going to have a problem, because brake fluid, as they say, is hygroscopic or something like that. So now you can fill up your brake fluid until it comes near the max. So I think I can leave it for now. Then close up your brake fluid bottle, and then you're gonna go back in when this is going low. So now what we do is to build pressure. We need to have this. I'm thinking I can do 15 psi. Then let's see if it holds. So it's holding right there, as you can see. So that means now we can then open the bleeder nipple and wait for the brake fluid to come out. Okay, so right now let's just check the pressure again and then hold this bottle. Just build a bit of pressure, then crack this loose. Wow, that was a lot of air on the system. We just lost all pressure. Just lost all pressure by just opening once. So when you lose pressure, what you do, you then close the nipple. You close the nipple and then pump again. Now let's open. Just lost a lot of pressure. Lost a lot of pressure. I don't know why this is not holding enough pressure, honestly. Just going to keep it at 20 psi. Now let's crack it open. Damn, this is a lot of air. So just have to keep on doing this. So what I need to check as well is to check whether inside we still have the brake fluid, because you don't want to introduce more air onto the system. Okay, let me go back up and check whether we still have brake fluid. We still have more than enough, so we can keep on bleeding. If I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, think you're something. As you can see, we've bled just a bit, but it's not enough. So there was a lot of air in the system. So we're going to continue again until this comes out with clear brake fluid.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want.
So right now, as you can see, we have brake fluid there and the container is full. That means we now need to remove the hose from there and then go again, because now it's full and we still have more air on the system. So let me just do that. Okay, so now I'm back from spilling that brake fluid. So what I need to do is to do the same thing and continue.
I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted.
So right now, as you can see, we no longer have air bubbles coming out. This is clear brake fluid that is coming out. So this means that this wheel is now done. So I'm not going to show you on the driver's side, because it's the same thing that I'm doing right here. What I'm going to show you is the one at the rear side. So right now we're done with this front left. We're now going to the front right. Don't forget to put back this cap, just like that. So we're at the rear left tire right now, which is the one where we replace the caliper. As you can see, this caliper is brand new. So the bleed nipple right here is located right there. there is the bleed nipple. So what I'll need to do right now is just to open up the bleed nipple and then put on these holes right there. So you can see my setup right now is at the back, so we need to be getting onto that. I've just topped up the brake fluid right now, so let me just put the hose so that we can start bleeding. Build the vacuum. This is not holding vacuum, so we have a leak here. This does not hold the vacuum. What I'm thinking of doing right now is just to put on a zip tie, which is going to go around the bleed nipple, because if it's like this, we're not going to be able to bleed this brake. So I'm going to put a zip tie over there and see how it goes. So I've tried putting in the zip tie, but as you can see, even now we still are not holding vacuum. But right now it's better. The decline is a bit slower, so I think we can try. Because here there's a lot of air, so I'm not expecting the vacuum to build up that quickly, but I'm not expecting to also lose it very fast. Okay, we're getting something.
I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand.
So you can see right there, we do have air coming out, so this is good. So we need to stop when we see clear brake fluid coming out without any air, then we'll know that we're done. But the thing is, right now this is not going down because you can see it's just going back. So we need to just pump this out a little bit more.
I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
So by the look of the fluid coming out right now, I'm not sure how I can show you. From the bottom of the caliper right there, we don't seem to be having a lot of air coming out, and also we're still able to hold the vacuum on right here. So it seems like we might have gotten enough air out of the system. This is my grease right there, just to make sure that we don't have any leaks. But the way it seems, I don't see so much air coming out right now. As you can see right there, I don't see a lot of air coming out. We just have a few bubbles here and there. So I'm just going to let these few bubbles dry out. As you can see, the vacuum is still on the same position. And this is what we have coming out. So I think we might have successfully bled the rear left brake caliper. I need to go onto the right side because I am still left with that one. So after that one, I think we'll be done. So I think the video is going to end right here, because what I'm doing right here is what I'll be doing on the other side. So I don't think there's a need for me to show you, because it's just going to be a repeat of the same thing. So I think I'll need to check the brake pedal if it now no longer goes down. So I'm not going to end the video just yet, so I think I'll just close up this caliper, and then after that we're going to check the brake pedal if it now presses firmly. So I've just finished bleeding the last wheel, which is the rear right. So I think we have now completed the sequence in which VW recommends. So what we're going to do right now is just to go close up the brake fluid reservoir and now try to start up the car and then pump the brakes and see how things are going to go. So now I can fully confirm that I've tightened things up. So what I need to do right now is just to start up the car. So when we have brakes, this means that the brake pedal should start by going down completely, and after going down completely, then be steady. Oh, I forgot to plug in the ABS sensor at the rear. So you can see the faults right there. I forgot to plug in the rear ABS sensor. So let me just plug in the rear ABS sensor. So where are you? Okay, here you are. This is where you're supposed to go. Right there. As you can hear, it clicked. So we still have the ABS right there, but I'm sure it will go because it will just need you to drive up just a bit. So right now what I need to do is just to pump up the brake. And I can tell you that the brake pedal no longer goes all the way down. It goes where it's supposed to go, just like before. So I'm sure now we might be having brakes. So that's how you bleed your brakes. So I'm sure that this process might be a little bit daunting for you, but it's not difficult at all. So this was my first time bleeding the brakes, so I did it very well. I'm sure you can do it very well as well. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and watching the videos. I really appreciate it, and until next time, we out. Hey guys, so I just finished with the brakes. So right now I'm doing a test drive to see if the brakes are really working, and so far I think they're working very great. As you can see, I have brakes. This robot is green, so I'll have to pass. I can't brake, but the way the car is feeling, it feels so great. So I don't think I have any issues. The brakes are feeling good. As you can see right now, I'm slowing down and they do slow down very well. So I'm going to take a turn right here. So I'm slowing down as it used to. Then here I am done slowing down. Now I'm taking a turn. There we go. So I'm thinking the brakes are good. So what we're doing really worked. And if you are thinking of getting that tool, you should just go ahead and get it, because for me it worked very great. Although it was very cheap, it costs around 340 compared to the ones which are best in the business. So that one is cheap compared to it. So okay, my phone fell, so I guess I'll see you guys on the next video, because now I'm driving, so I don't want to be driving and still be looking at the phone. So guys, thank you so much for watching the channels. Thank you so much for liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions on the video, so I'm going to help you on anything that I can. So until next time, we out.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.